Two grown men have never seen The Simpsons. It's America's barley basket.
Beeps are beeping, boops are booping.
Yeah, that's the technical term.
How are the beeps?
And the boots.
Booping sufficiently, sir.
What's that from Spaceballs?
Oh, yeah.
We got the blips of the bips, but the lots of the bops of the
Yeah. We're combing the desert.
That's such a good joke.
We've went over it before. I am not a big Mel Brooks guy, but God, there are things in Spaceballs that make me laugh.
That's wild that it missed you.
Yep. And I have went and rewatched within the last 6 months. One of my roommates loves Young Frankenstein. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I see why people adore this.
Yep.
It is just not for me.
Yeah.
And again, it is better than a lot of comedies, but it's just like, I'll never watch this willingly.
Yeah.
Which, I know for a lot of people, that is the movie to turn on.
There are Young Frankenstein people.
Yep. Totally. There are God knows how many people that like, what's the best comedy movie ever made? The answer is Young Frankenstein, said with confidence.
Yeah, which is wrong.
Yeah,
but
that's not like a hot take.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is, it's not. He haven't any of his other movies. Oh, there's plenty of people that would say Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles is great.
Yeah.
Like for me, I do like Mel Brooks movies, and for me, the fight for number one is always between Blazing Saddles and Men in Tights.
Yeah. God, yeah. But Men in Tights is one of the few of his a lot of his shit I haven't seen, at least not all the way through.
Men in Tights is fucking funny.
Yeah.
And like dirty. Men in Tights is raunchy.
Yeah. Young Dave Chappelle.
Yep. Very young Dave Chappelle.
Very, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gary Elwes.
I think a lot of it is just the jokes don't hit for me. And I am inclined to not like most parodies. I fucking love Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh, yeah. That movie's great.
I think that one, it's just, I find those jokes funnier, you know?
And you were the right age for the things they're parodying to be part of your life.
But that's, the funny thing is, a lot of that shit, when it came out, I was like, wait, well, because those movies weren't aimed at me. They weren't aimed at sad 20-year-olds. They were aimed at fucking
me.
hopeful 17-year-olds, you know? Like I was like, this has to be referencing Never Been Kissed, but I've never seen Never Been Kissed. It's like, the lady's old because Drew Barrymore is old.
Yeah. I guess you did miss those.
Yeah. I mean, they were a thing. You had to have a girlfriend.
No, because I saw all those movies.
Just alone in the theater and Flasher, just having the time of your life.
Oh, it's adorable that you think Flasher has a theater.
Closest theater to you growing
Bismarck.
up?
Nope, Mott.
Oh, no. You ever go to it?
As a young kid,
yeah. Good.
My first handful of movie theater experiences as a child would have been in Mott.
No shit.
The first movie I ever saw in a theater, I mix up the release dates, but it was either The Little Mermaid or The Land Before Time.
Okay.
And it would have been in Mott. Ooh, the T-Rex is scary.
So you would have been, that seems about normal.
5 or 6.
Okay, maybe a little older than I was. No, I was young the first time I went to a movie. I went to E.T. Christmas of '82. So I would have been all of a newly minted 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Because the story is my mom was like, it was just me and my mom. Like, we're going to have this moment, just him and I. I'll remember it forever. She's like, you were deep, dead sleeping 60 seconds into the lights dimming. Because it's 8 o'clock and that's my bedtime. That was out. I like the idea of sitting next to just a sleeping bag of softener salt that you got to carry out of the movie. What a moment we just shared.
I'm sure glad I paid for a ticket for this child.
I remember being really little at Secret of Nim. Is that how you pronounce that movie?
Yeah.
And being fucking shook.
The movie's terrifying.
And not wanting to act like it because I had cousins with me.
Oh, gotta be cool.
Yeah, but some of them were shook. I was like, hell yeah.
Secret of Nim's a VHS for me.
Yeah.
Like that's scary.
Yeah, I feel like I went to a lot of, I think the 80s, because Disney wasn't cranking out any new quality, they were re-airing the classics. I'm pretty sure I saw like Snow White and Cinderella and shit.
Sure.
Just like being so little, I couldn't even like, I'm just scared. Like, it's like, why are all these people here? I'm trying to think of like what the first movie I remember like enjoying was, but that doesn't come to mind. Then they're like hit an age where like we went to every movie just because it was something you could do at the age of 8.
Right.
Hey, Mom, can we go to the fucking tickets were giveaway prices?
And you had
like,
a theater in town.
Yeah.
We did not.
Holy, I saw some trash. Fucking, oh my God. We went to Caddyshack 2.
Ooh, boy.
Think of that.
Ooh,
how many Americans went to that in the theater? Like,
not counting you?
yeah.
7.
Because there's a reason there's not a Caddyshack 3.
Uh-huh.
What a weird cash grab, because that came like, I think Caddyshack's like 1980. That's an older.
Sounds about right.
So they waited 9 years to make a Caddyshack 2 with hardly any of the original. What a fucking.
And it's PG-13?
Had to have been.
Am I right?
My mom wouldn't have, and even my dad wouldn't have willingly dropped me off at an R-rated movie when I was 8. Which, it's not that, I can't blame them for that. I do like, I think if a movie was bad enough, I think like the woman that ran it just didn't care if you were underage.
Sure.
I saw Pet Sematary 2 as a really young kid. That's there's titties in that. Like, it's like oh, they're so apathetic because there's literally no one here. Like, but that's a movie that's so bad and so forgettable. I don't even know what the plot is.
I couldn't tell. I've never seen it.
Pretty sure big scary guy from Highlander is the villain in it. Clancy Brown? Is that his name in real life? Yeah, Clancy Brown, I think, is the...
Man, I like Clancy Brown.
And a guy, too, that has to, like, always has to, like, live with being the most evil guy in every movie and is an angel in real life. It's like, yeah, he's the best guy to work with, but all he ever gets cast is to play pricks.
Yep. He's the bad guy he's like the evil preacher who might actually be the devil in Carnival.
That's it. Yep. I knew he had a HBO show that I never saw.
I haven't seen Carnival since I was in college, which was 20 fucking years ago. But I remember thinking, this is amazing television.
I have plenty of friends that Nick Stahl, young guy.
Couldn't tell you.
I think he's one of the leads in that too.
I just remember Clancy Brown and like it being a slow burn, like kind of, it's like The Stand, where I don't know that any of these are God or the devil, but they are certainly light versus dark kind of thing. Like I got Stand vibes for sure.
Clancy Brown doesn't necessarily play a bad guy in Lost, I believe. I think his character's neither good nor bad. He's just a person. Yeah, I just remember he has a run. It's like, oh, he's not just the evil guy, the big, scary, mean. He's the fucking prick in Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
He's the sadistic guard. Yeah. God, he's good at playing that.
He's a good asshole.
I mean, if I met that guy on the street, it's like, fuck, he looks like a prick.
Is he in what's that Coen Brothers, Tim Blake Nelson, straight to Netflix movie, Ballad of Buster Scruggs? Is he in that?
God,
does he get fucking shot in the head real early on in that
Is
movie?
he one of those hairy prospector guys? He could be.
Yeah.
I watched that movie fucking 2 months ago.
Is that good?
Loved it.
Yeah.
So good. Should have went to the theaters.
Tim Blake Nelson needs to be a bigger star than he is. I've always loved him from the Oh Brother Where Art Thou on forward. He's great in Watchmen on HBO.
He's in like an early aughts movie with Val Kilmer, where Val Kilmer's a meth addict and Tim Blake Nelson just plays a scrubby ass. Or I'm getting my Val Kilmer drug addict movies mixed up. What's the movie that's a fictional telling of like the murder that porn star Johnny Holmes might have? Wonderland.
Okay.
He's, I think, one of the drug dealers in Wonderland. He just plays a fucking remorseless prick.
Skeezy
yeah, it's
garbage.
Like delightful Timothy Blake. He doesn't sing. He doesn't dance. I had no clue about that Buster Scruggs movie. It's like 4 or 5 little vignettes.
Oh, is
like,
it?
This is
I don't know
a
anything
treat.
about it.
Like,
I've seen that clip
Yeah.
of I think Clancy Brown getting shot.
With the really like highfalutin fancy gunplay.
Yeah.
Tim Blake Nelson in that ridiculous white suit.
Yep.
Big white cowboy hat.
Singing and shit. Yeah.
And wearing a big white cowboy hat's a bold move.
I think you could do it.
Jesus, just bright. Every dress, don't change anything else. Everything else is just garbage pile. But then this big
sweatpants and
fucking hat that's clearly worth more than my car. God, what's a good cowboy hat run a guy, you figure? When was the last time you went to RCC's?
It's been a long time. RCC ain't around
Boot
anymore.
Barn.
Fuck a boot barn,
Yeah.
by the way. Fuck that place.
Oh, is it? I just assumed it was RCC's without the...
It is,
Yep.
but it's like I've never had a good experience at a boot barn. Like the amount of times I have gone to boot barn intending to buy something and stood around waiting desperately for someone to help me and then left in a fuck 'em huff. It's at least half a dozen.
No shit.
Like, get someone to help you at Boot Barn. I dare you.
What did RCC stand for? Anything?
Yeah, I bet it did.
Yeah.
Rancher and cowboy.
One of those words is cowboy or cattle. Yeah. That's the fucking me.
Yeah, it's, I don't know.
Jesus. I bet there are kids that have traumatic tales of being stuck at RCC's waiting for one of their parents to get done looking at something boring.
Yeah, waiting for dad to pick out what fucking Montana Silversmith jewelry mom gets for Christmas this year. That's all the effort
Oh, that's
he
a
could
lot
put
of
in.
families, I bet.
That blue velvet box.
Oh, good. Another RCC's jewelry piece. Couldn't go to a jewelry store. That'd be gay. What if the other alcoholics find out? He'll never live it down. I think my dad always pulled what I always thought was a pretty clutch move. Just hand a check to one of my mom's buddies. You know what she would like. I certainly don't. I do remember a lot of Christmases, my mom geeking out over a nice winter coat, and my dad,
Unbelievable. Not hiding it at all.
Yeah, like, and then she would always be very, and then like afterwards, like, who picked this out? Like, not even like, I know you, but like just out of curiosity, which are my friends? Like, yeah, like.
That's kind of a nice dynamic.
Yeah. Which I wish they would have done that with me.
Ask your buddies, your little shithead friends.
Preference this by saying you shouldn't bitch about a gift. My mom never kept receipts. In my mom's head, returning a gift was like rude.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's
yep,
like,
I get that.
Yeah, but it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I remember I got a pair of snow pants. I'm like, I own a pair of snow pants. How many fucking snow pants do you need? Like, this is madness.
I can only wear one pair at a time.
Yeah, like, what are like, am I going to get teased for wearing snow pants too many times?
Am
No,
I
like,
do you think I plan on shitting in one of these?
Like, these, if I don't get fat, which I did, these are my lifetime snow pants. I could be buried in these. Oh my God. Or I remember I got an office lamp and I already had one. It said, did you keep the receipt? I said, oh, I didn't keep the receipt. Like,
why would I do that?
Yeah, like, you can find use for it. How? What am I gonna light with this light?
Am I gonna put this desk lamp on my kitchen counter?
Yeah.
Like, what do you...
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, so many ridiculous gifts. And I always wanted something simple. Just buy me some comic books. They sell them in the Sears catalog now. She did get me them once.
Shit.
Just a big block of DC rando.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell they were just like, this is a 4-month run of every comic DC made at that time. Yeah, which,
just a way to catalog them.
Yep, which I loved. I remember one time I got like birthdays were never as big as Christmas. I think that's most families, you know, like you're gonna get a bigger haul as a child on Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
really? You had to think.
Yeah.
Certainly in my family, birthdays were pretty small. But I remember I got whatever the birthday gift was perfectly fine. But my dad was like, "Yeah, I bought you a couple wrestling magazines at the gas station." I was like, "This is great. I love those. Like, this is so awesome. I actually am into this."
Are you
like,
watching, Bob?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You see how hype I am?
Yeah. if Dad got involved with the gift purchase, it often meant more money was getting spent, so that perked your ears up. But it also could be something he's into and you're not. Oh, look, Baylor twine.
You can use it for anything. Can I, though?
Yeah.
Can I?
Is that what's going to happen here?
You want me to practice tying knots? Yeah. What am I meant to do with all this Baylor twine?
Post hole digger.
That's not a present. That's a tool.
This one's for you.
Yeah, I definitely remember some of those. Your own fencing pliers. You're just tired of me bothering you for yours when we're out. I know. I'm no dummy.
I am pretty sure the knife that is still used if anyone in my family shoots a deer to gut it out as a knife I got as a Christmas present. It's like, this is not for me.
I for sure got a skinning knife one year, for Christmas or birthday, one or the other.
God, but they, after all the years of disappointment, they couldn't have went hard in the paint. If I would have just all of a sudden opened up a Game Gear, I would have swallowed my tongue. It just would have died in front of them. Like, his last words were, "Oh my God, thank you." Yeah, maybe that's what it was. They saw what happened when I got a good Christmas gift. I almost died. The pictures of me when I opened my Castle Grayskull looked like I was in the middle of an epileptic seizure. Like, eyes wide in terror. I'm just beat red, shaking. Knight Rider jammies on.
What does this mean? Yeah. Knight Rider jammies.
I just remember I clear it in this day, the pictures of me in that Christmas. I'm sitting on in front of the tree, open a present with the full bottom and top Knight Rider jammies.
Knight Rider.
Yeah.
What a weird.
Right?
Those were marketed to children.
Yeah, that was not I don't think it was like a gritty show, but it was on at night.
No, it was just a show starring a middle-aged man.
Yeah, and a talking car.
I guess talking car puts it in the kid category.
That was definitely, I remember there being a Knight Rider toy.
Sure,
that car at least, yeah. But I wasn't into it, but like you wore the jammies your mother handed you.
Yep, totally.
I wasn't making sartorial choices when I was Mom, I mean, I'm more of an autumn. You're dressing me in a spring.
While I appreciate the Knight Rider jammies, I really had my heart set on the Airwolf set.
You know I love talking cars, and I appreciate this. Yeah, I like the crimson color of the Airwolf. Fucking Airwolf.
I like helicopters, mother.
Yeah. Holy shit, Airwolf. I almost forgot about Airwolf. What the hell?
I've never seen Airwolf.
Yeah.
I am just aware of Airwolf.
There's someone and I am a big dork, but there's a bigger dork than I listening to this that knows the answer. I can't recall if Airwolf was like a regular TV show or if it was like one of those syndicated shows on the USA Network at 11 p.m. Like,
no idea.
Yeah, because I can't remember what the story. That was a magic fucking helicopter.
Magic helicopter?
But like, was it owned by the government?
No idea.
Was this a privately owned murder machine?
Is it like, does it change something? Is it a transformer?
No, I don't think it's
the way Hulk Hogan's boat in Thunder of Paradise is. Like, all of a sudden now it's stealth and has armor on it.
I bet it was a step below that, but it was like, this is the cutting edge Airwolf technology. Like just like they put chrome on the guns.
And then are you solving crimes?
Yeah. I want to know what the plot of an episode of Airwolf was.
Because you can't like run down a purse snatcher with a helicopter.
I had a friend who would pretend to be kind of spastic as a kid. Like if we were like riding bike, he would just like go into like a business and slap the glass with both hands on the door and just scream Airwolf over and over again.
Jesus Christ. What the hell?
Terrify elderly women. Or just run up and down the aisles of Pomida screaming Airwolf.
What the hell? What's wrong?
I hope it's like, that show's been off the air for 4 years. He sure misses it.
God damn it.
That's the one thing of Airwolf that sticks in my buddy Ryan screaming Airwolf at the top of his lungs.
This probably came up on this podcast 155 episodes ago, but for me, the ultimate of that is Viper. The Dodge NBC, I think NBC Viper television show where it's just a Dodge Viper that turns into a stealthy armored Dodge Viper.
Was that like a late night after SNL show?
Maybe. I have no
I
idea.
feel like that was also a syndicated show, kind of like VIP was.
Okay.
But I remember that. But again, what were they doing in that show? Did a man own that? Did a government agent own it? Like, were they solving crimes?
It was just a commercial for
a
the Dodge Viper.
Yeah. But that I do remember that show. Who was the star of Viper?
No one knows.
All of those shows always had a name attached to them because that's the name.
One name.
Yep.
Yep.
Push you. The one Pam Anderson had that one that aired late at night.
Mm-hmm.
Recall what that was called?
Not
Babes? It couldn't have been Babes.
No.
Something like
Barbed
that.
Wire?
No. She had.
That's a movie.
She had Stacked. That was a short-lived sitcom, I believe.
Get it?
But because she has large bosoms.
Oh, yeah.
And they're in a library. Or they're playing GoldenEye multiplayer.
Every episode has Jenga in it.
Yeah. But she had a late night, kind of like campy, like not like sexy, but not sexy. You know?
Sure,
Like,
yeah.
And then there was the one that had the chick from Species, Natasha Henstridge.
Yeah.
She had a late night, pretty lady solving crimes, but it's fun.
Like femme fatale, but fun.
But fun. Real lot of goofing around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was Charmed a lot of goofing around, do you think?
No idea. Never seen it.
And one of those shows that was on for a dozen years somehow.
Yeah.
Who, where, why,
Nope,
how.
no idea.
It's like Alyssa Milano's pretty. We should let's
Not wrong.
Let's cut her a check.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah. We'll have her the really pretty, then there'll be a somewhat pretty. I bet as an actress, you're just used to it and you roll. I guess I get a lot of somewhat pretty roles.
Yeah, they've already cast the A pretty. Now they need B pretty,
Yeah.
so here's where we're calling you.
Or like, I'm approachable pretty. Like,
Yep.
like I'm
Yep.
not so pretty, people can't talk to me.
Yep.
You know, like.
Alicia Cuthbert.
Yeah. Well, you asked me on the right day. She's unapproachable pretty. Good looking gal.
Well, she was in that movie, The Girl Next
Yeah,
Door, which
yeah.
is literally about that.
Yeah. I've never, isn't that, turns out she made porn or something? That was
Yes.
like the premise of it.
Yeah.
Like, God, I haven't had it happen in a while. Maybe it's also because my fucking
Watch porn?
No, that too. But, and also on related notes, like maybe I'm just slowly dying inside, so it doesn't happen. It's been a while since I've ran into a woman in public that's so attractive. I'm like my chest hurts. Like, oh God damn it!
Oh, God.
Or like that used to happen more often. Like, oh God damn it! It's like having a side ache. Get out of here, man.
Now you get those chest pains just in day to day.
I just roll. Maybe I'm just so used to rolling with chest pains. I don't even notice it anymore. Like
Rolling with the chest pains.
Just like fumbling your words, like I talk, trying to pet their hair.
I love that you're like, it's been a while. Yeah, man, you're in your mid-40s.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to happen to you anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm still young on the inside.
Ugh, that's something I don't like about young on the inside. Is a gross term.
And my heart love still blossoms.
Welcome, by the way, to America's Barley Basket, episode 190-something. I'm Marlin. That's Nathan.
Hello, everyone.
How are you, bud?
I'm okay.
Another day.
I am very okay considering the fact that we're the day after a 3-day comedy run.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that. God damn it, I don't feel like ass right now. That's rarity.
What a life.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
That's a rarity.
There has been 3-day runs where I'm like, if someone offered me a suicide booth right now, I'd give it
like Futurama.
Yeah, right? Yeah, just a vaporized like telephone booth. Right?
Yep.
But fucking as right as rain as I can be.
Some of those runs, you come home and you're like, listen, I don't want to be dead. But
Yeah.
boy, that sounds like it would be a
If
relief.
I could be dead for a day and a half, it'd be pretty cool. 36 hours of dead. That's my speed. But I don't know what helped is all 3 shows were damn fun.
That helps.
That makes a big difference.
so you don't have, on top of the exhaustion, the dread,
the existential crisis. Yeah,
of like, God, is this what I want to be doing?
Yeah, is this how I spend my weekends for the rest of my life? I had one of those runs though. The shows were great. Sold one shirt in 3 nights.
Huh?
I think sometimes
Good shows, but no merch moving.
I think sometimes the show's too good and everyone's having such a good time, they just don't notice the sad boy sitting next to a T-shirt, you know?
Yeah.
There's plenty of times we've had bad shows where the merch flies because people kind of feel bad. Or
that's a bummer.
Or you've been on plenty of these shows. There's 15 people there that are really into it and enjoying it, and there's 30 people that are just there because the lights are on in the bar and they're like moths.
Yeah.
So those 15, like, yeah, hey, we really appreciate this. Here's $20. You know, like those I think are the shows you get your best merch sales, I would say. But
moving shirts.
Yep, all about that commerce. As this podcast often goes, we discuss gas station foods.
Oh boy!
Like it may have came up last week or so. I've finally dived into the exciting world of spicy Cheetos.
Oh, buddy, it's so good to have you.
Oh my God! But
Flamin' hot Cheetos, Flamin' hot. Those 2 words slapped onto any snack product.
Now I know.
Great.
It's crazy I waited this long, but.
Are Cheetos the only Flamin' Hots you've been dabbling in?
Yes, or no, I've also did the onion rings.
Oh, you did do the Funyuns.
Or the Funyuns.
Those are my favorites.
Yeah, they're good. I don't know, I just think I like the Cheeto texture more. So,
sure, yeah. I would encourage you to give it's the most different of all of them. I would encourage you to give a chance to the Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh,
that's an interesting combo.
Yeah. No, I've had like the hot, like the spicy hot Doritos too.
Sure.
So yeah. But what I've noticed is I think I've went too hard in the spicy Cheeto paint.
Oh no.
Yes. This isn't going to be as gross as it could be with the track record of this podcast.
God.
But I just woke up and I brushed my teeth. And I went to eat fucking breakfast or lunch. Who will be kidding? Let's just say my first meal today, roughly around 12:30.
That makes it breakfast, I think.
I went to eat that, and all I could taste
was Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, man! Like your innards are caked in spicy dust. Well, I bet that there would be a confused X-ray technician. Like, that machine's busted.
Ain't no way this is all Flamin' Hot dust, is it?
Send him to Bismarck. I think our machine ain't working. Yeah, it looks like there's a dust storm in me. A black and white picture of a dust storm in Kansas.
Oh man, I'm so happy to have you in the Flamin' Hot.
That's a treat. That is a goddamn treat.
Make a mess, red ass fingers, red dust everywhere.
Yeah.
I would encourage you to try. It's not good, but I would encourage you to try the Flamin' Hot Cheetos mac and cheese.
Ooh, I bet that's damn good. That seems I like a trash mac and cheese. So.
Yeah, and it's nice of them to sell them in instant versions that you pour water in and put in the microwave so you can get it out of the way. Just try it.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy a case of it.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good product.
I am just a sucker for fucking a box of Kraft mac and cheese.
Oh, sure.
God, that's a good fucking treat.
But I also love a bougie restaurant mac and cheese. It's, to me, one is not better than the other. They are apples and oranges.
I would say I go to 10 different fancy, and when I say fancy, I mean a restaurant that sits down and has silverware.
They don't give you your food in a bag, handed out a window.
Exactly. But if I'm going to be eating mac and cheese at a restaurant, because I love it, so I'll try it, 9 out of 10 times I say to myself, this is not as good as Kraft macaroni and cheese. 1 out of 10, I'm like, God damn, this is a delight. Yeah, so much of it, it doesn't do it for me.
Sometimes it's just what I want. Oh, it's so creamy and breadcrumbs on top and all that. Sometimes that's exactly what I want.
The breadcrumbs are a delight. I'll give it that. Sometimes I don't know what it is. It's just too bland. I was like, I need some caustic cheese powder. Like it's too real.
I need some chemicals in this.
Who put cheese in my macaroni and cheese?
You bunch of dicks.
Yeah. Who do you think you are?
That I'll give you a fair warning. If you do get into that Flamin' Hot mac and cheese, it is the most unnatural color of red you've ever seen.
Like
it is fucking fruit punch Kool-Aid
really?
red. It is hooker's lipstick red.
Like we shouldn't be eating this.
You should not put this in your body.
Your hands trying to hold it back. Like.
The way your body won't let you drown yourself. It'll force you to come bring your head up.
Don't do this.
Yeah, it's good. Fucking God, Flamin' Hot shit is tasty.
What the good people at Frito-Lay, I'm sure they have a stranglehold on the chip market, don't they?
Yeah, I'd imagine they probably own Doritos and Cheetos, right?
Yeah, I bet that guy got a hell of a fucking Christmas bonus. Whoever invented that, at least he should have.
I would hope so. You can find out. You could watch the movie.
Yeah,
they made a Flamin' Hot movie.
Amazing.
That has to be the wildest. Like, here's the story of this product you like biopic.
It's a weird thing that's out now.
BlackBerry.
Yeah.
Air.
Yeah. People want to see movies about how a product is made.
The Founder. You know,
that
McDonald's one with
you ever see that?
No, but I've heard it's very good.
I heard it's a bummer.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Didn't that guy kind of get usurped and like?
Well, I think Michael Keaton's character in that came in and fucked those guys who came up with it.
There's another movie that is probably more on like the dark side of capitalism that's like that. They could start Greg Kinnear, and didn't he invent like the fucking windshield wiper, the intermittent windshield wiper? And they all figured out a loophole how to steal it from him.
That's
because it's based on a true story. And this poor guy spent his whole life fighting in court to get the money for it, and he never did.
Oh.
Like, Jesus, what a bummer.
That's a bummer.
You have so much money, GM.
Why would you take mine?
Yeah. I think what it came down to is like, we have to set a precedent that we can do this.
Yeah.
That we can fuck you out of this. Because if you can get away with it and we got to write you a check, who knows what happens next?
Ugh.
Yeah. Do we got to treat everyone like they have value? Come on.
Let's stamp that out right now.
How hard they fought to ruin Ralph Nader's name when he was going after him in the 50s about how unsafe cars were. And they just discovered he's the most boring man ever created. Like,
he's got no skeletons.
They'd send like fucking high-end prostitutes like to like seduce him. It's like, I don't think he's like sexual. Let's send some dudes. Well, that didn't work either.
I mean, to be fair, I can't bring myself to think of Ralph Nader in a sexual manner.
Oh man.
Imagine
getting that fucking video dropped in your email in 2001.
God. Oh boy.
Hot babes. Oh, I like hot babes. Just him jerking it, looking into
Ralph
the camera.
Nader pulling on his dick.
Just motionless, staring dead ahead.
You look down at that time slider, 48 minutes. What the fuck?
There's a Nader 2004 banner rolling across the bottom.
You start scrubbing through, and it's just him pulling the whole time.
Never finishes.
Jeez.
Just a hard cut, like no, a fade out.
Oh,
and
see,
then,
in my head, he gets up, zips up, and walks on a frame.
And then there's like 7 minutes of just empty chair.
Is he coming back?
Like a European film.
What's happening?
What does this say about society?
Is this erotic?
Yeah. Holy, what a question to get asked after any porn. Is this erotic?
Am I supposed to be turned on?
What a thing to hear if it was a porno you were in.
Oh, boy.
Is this supposed to turn people on? Yes.
Yes.
That was the goal.
Can't you tell? Look at all the bad stuff we did.
It's more sad than hot.
Yeah. We're going to pass on this. This is a meeting you're having with Vivid Video.
Yeah, just some slime ball from Vivid Video. No, he's all bummed.
We're going to pass.
I can't remember the last day I wasn't horny.
Well, if you're a high up exec at a porn production company, how sleazy are you?
Yeah.
How constantly horny are you?
I bet the porn industry has been ruined by the internet so much that there's no high up executives anymore.
Yeah.
It's a dude running that shit out of his house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, would you say that's probably the case? Who knows? I wonder if they even you think they still make porn videos?
Probably. I'm sure.
There's probably, it costs so little to make. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Who in 2023, how do they even quantify? Like, what porn star made the most money in 2023? I wonder.
No idea.
Yeah, like there was a time porn stars were becoming celebrities. I mean, maybe it was mostly just Jenna Jameson, but like, no, I feel like if we thought about it, there were a few more. Was it Sasha Grey that was like, she jumped into real movies?
Yeah, she became an actor.
Yeah, but I think she was
probably the last one.
Yeah, probably, but I think she was like, she was a big deal in porn. She wasn't just I did some porn, but now I'm a normal actress. Right. I think she had made a name in porn.
Sure.
Yeah. Who was the petite blonde gal? She, I remember, was like, people talked about her. Like, wow, a petite blonde girl in porn?
Yeah, no, totally.
Well, no wonder. She stuck out like a sore thumb. But whatever.
Oh, I saw her film Sore Thumb. It's graphic.
Those thumbs, they earn their money.
It's gross.
She was, I think they were kind of hoping she'd be the next big flagship porn star because she was the one that they kind of did those throwback, bigger budget porns with. Like the Pirates of the Caribbean knockoffs.
Sure, yeah.
Where it's like, oh, we're actually going back to how porn used to be, where it's actual 90-minute movie. Yeah. And because I only remember this, she just died like last year. Had been battling a drug issue.
Well, that's fun.
Died in like rural Oklahoma. It's like, Jesus.
That's where you wanna.
Yeah. So, but every porn name is impossible to remember because it's all the same. Like,
it's
like
just alliteration.
Jasmine Lace, Lacey Jasmine.
They're all just named like American Gladiators.
Yeah. Jamie Jammers. A lot of J's in porn.
Yep. For whatever reason.
A lot of J's in girls' names. A
lot of J's, period.
Yeah. Boys' names, too. I had a job where there was, I think, 11 dudes. 2 of us, our names didn't begin with J. I remember that. Looking at the fucking schedule, like.
I know too many Joshes and Jeffs.
Yeah, Jeremy's, Jasons. Fuck me, do I know Jasons?
I know a handful of Jasons.
Yeah.
But for me, the ones that are really clogging up my phone are Joshes and Jeffs.
Justins. I know a lot of fucking Justins. Quite a few Jonathans. Yeah, the fucking J names. Wonder what that is.
I don't know.
The fucking Jessica's, Jennifers. Fuck me, do I know Jessica's and Jennifers?
A lot of J's in the Bible, so if you're leaning that route, you know, if you're one of those families.
Yeah, good point. Jamesons. Know a handful of Jamesons. Know some Jims, some Johns. The fucking J's got it covered. Embarrassment of riches in the J names.
Yeah.
A lot of, it's probably a distant second. There's a chance M could be in the running. A lot of Mikes, a lot of Marks.
Sure.
Matts. Oh, my God.
Oh, so many Matts.
Right there. That's a 3-headed monster. Mike, Matt, Mark. All Bible names?
Mark and Matthew for sure.
Yeah.
Michael
Bible name.
100% Bible name.
Yeah. Marlin Bible name?
No.
No Marlins in the Bible?
Not that I know of.
What the genesis of the name Marlin is?
Like for me personally or in general?
In general, yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, that's a name that I've... Or where did your folks get it from?
Pretty sure the I'm pretty sure the Marlin Rifle Company.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that's how it was spelt.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
I assume. I don't know where else. Not the swordfish.
Does the Marlin logo look cool? Did you ever use that for anything?
No, I never did. I think it's just the word in kind of sort of a bubble font.
Oh, right.
Like it's not like it's not like a hard, cool old Western
Yeah,
font.
I'm just going to say.
I remember it. I think the Marlin logo is a little Comic Sans-y.
It looks like Kirby. Listen, guys.
It looks like a balloon animal.
A Jigglypuff. I don't need any more bubbly. I need angular.
I am so bubbly on my own.
I really need my fonts to be angular, please and thank you. Nathan's a Bible name. Not like,
Yeah. Are you a Nathaniel?
Nope, I'm just Nathan.
Just Nathan?
Yeah.
Okay.
because I think I know Nathan is a Bible name. Is Nathaniel probably?
Probably.
I think either Nathan or Nathaniel talked to King David. Was like gave some wisdom to boring shit.
I always assumed that every Nathan was a Nathaniel.
Well, that
Nathan was always short for Nathaniel.
No, I bet I know more Nathans than Nathaniels.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, it's a bold choice. You're having the birth name Nate.
Having
just like, Nate.
It's not an abbreviation for anything.
I've met one. I was like, no. I was like, are you like lying to me? What could be gained by that? It's a sociopath move. But nope. Adamant that his name was just Nate. I was like, there you go. Look at that. Find something new every day.
Is Jimmy Carter Jimmy? Because I know he got sworn in as Jimmy, not
really?
James. But it's like, is that what it says on your birth certificate?
I bet it's James Carter on his birth certificate. Yeah. Huh. It's kind of that Jimmy is a wild name. That's what your mom's like. That's fucking Jimmy right there.
I love that GMC product.
Yeah.
Man, GMC Jimmys are pretty fucking cool.
The fuck's a GMC Jimmy? What's the Chevy equivalent? What the fuck did a Jimmy look like?
Like a Blazer or a Bronco.
Oh, was
two-door SUV?
Yeah, was a GMC just a Blazer with different badging?
I don't know if it was exactly the same with different badging or if it was slightly different.
On that same note, what was the GMC version of an S10? Like a Sonoma or something like that? Or because there was a little GMC pickup every once in a while you'd see,
idea.
And it wouldn't be S10 on the back. They had their own name for it.
Nope,
I always wondered, you're not even well-to-do, or you goddamn it, your kids are out of the house, so you can afford a brand new pickup. You've been a Chevy man or a GM man. When you go to the dealership, what makes you lean Chevy or GMC? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you are doing that today and you have no brand loyalty, then it makes sense. You can pick out which options you like better.
Yeah.
Which one looks better to
like,
you.
Are there people that are fans of one over the other?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
I got a buddy who, when it came to buy a new pickup, he specifically wanted a GMC Sierra.
No shit.
Not a Chevy Silverado, not a Ford F-150, wanted a GMC Sierra.
I am pretty certain for the last fucking 50 years, if they're the same like body style, every part will swap out for the Chevy or GMC equivalent. Like, I think the truly only difference is badging. There could be a guy that actually knows cars that's screaming at their phone right now, but I'm almost positive that's the case. Like
some brands are easy to like notice differences, you know. Like fucking Lexus is Toyota's luxury brand.
Yeah.
You know. But like GMC and Chevy, no fucking idea.
I wonder, like, is a Lexus fancy? Like, I wonder what the difference is. I'm sure you have to have an eye for it, you know, like the fit and finish. I've heard that when it comes to interior before. Like,
well, I mean, and it's not 1-to-1. Like a Lexus 460 isn't just a rebadged 4Runner. You know, like they're different bodies and whatnot.
Yeah,
same frames though.
I think a lot of it is just like, like instead of just using molded plastic, we wrap the dash in leather or something like that.
This one might actually have real wood.
Yeah,
in it, you know?
That's a thing. Yeah, polished wood and shit on the inside. Like
nicer features.
God, it's weird how it used to be like American cars were so popular. We had Ford didn't just have their basic and the luxury. They had Mercury in between. Ford was you need a car today, there'll be a Ford in the lot for you. You want to, if you're fucking won the lottery, you really want to get Gucci, treat yourself to a goddamn new Lincoln. You're in the middle, get a Mercury.
Get a Mercury.
Yeah. Mercury was always supposed to be slightly fancier. Like, I'm sure GM has the same equivalent. I just don't know what it was.
Sure.
Chevy was the everyman. I think Pontiac used to be kind of the sportier fun.
Yeah.
And I wonder, Olds and Buick, to me, those two brands seemed redundant.
They seem like the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
that's the car your grandparents buy because they need a sturdy, reliable four-door sedan.
And they want it to be comfortable.
And they don't got Cadillac money.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
Oldsmobile is just, you don't have Cadillac money.
Buick too in my head. Like, I wonder how they differed. Like, I mean, Oldsmobile, I think, had a little more, like, back in the day, a little more, like, you could get a Cutlass. You could buy a souped-up Cutlass, you know. I'm sure Buick had that shit, but it certainly wasn't as popular. You don't hear about someone souping up a Buick very often, you know.
No, they don't show up in the Fast and Furious movies a whole bunch.
The asterisk to that, a car that I fucking love, are the mid-'80s Buick Grand Nationals. The fucking... Picture any 80s fucking Monte Carlo where the front end is 7 feet long. You know, basically a Monte Carlo, a Cutlass, and a Pontiac Grand Prix from the 80s. Just replace the badge against the same car. They're like, hey, Buick, you want to make one of these cars? Why not? Throw us the parts. They're like, oh, you got a little extra surplus money on your performance division because no one wants a performance Buick. Go nuts. Like, we're going to paint this fucking car black. The interior's black. It's going to be faster than a Ferrari. It's the dopest car. And no one bought them. So now they're worth so much goddamn money. They were either black or gray. I fucking love them. And used to be able to, like, when I was a kid, you could maybe have afforded one, but it would have been like, you're really fucking like, oh, I'm going to have to pick up some extra.
Stretching.
Yeah, but now you can't find one for under 20 grand. And it's a Monte Carlo with a bigger motor, you know, but like, it just looks dope. It's the Darth Vader car, pure fucking black, you know, like. My God, there's one in my neighborhood that I stay, and every time I look at it, the guy like nods at me like, I haven't talked to my kids in years, but goddamn it,
I got one.
I got one of these. Yeah, they are such a cool car.
Buddy of mine in high school, I think it was a 76 Monte Carlo that he had, black and chrome Monte Carlo. God damn it. Beautiful car.
God, it's so insane. You're not an elderly man, Marlin.
No.
But isn't it insane to picture a child driving a 1976 car now? Like, they would call fucking social services on the parents. Like, why is your kid driving this death trap? Oh, he drives out of town in this car?
What? Mostly gravel?
Oh, yeah. In the winter in North Dakota?
Yep, totally.
Look at it wrong, it'll flood and leave him stranded.
Yep.
Very easily rollable.
What do you mean he has to carry chains?
Yeah. Jeez, that's something like, fucking, I bet even if you're buying junk, God, your kid's car is so much more reliable than it would have been 30 years ago.
Yeah,
you know?
think of if you have let's say you have a 16-year-old son or daughter right now, and you're buying them their first car, you're a man of frugality.
Okay, there we go.
What do you buy them today?
Oh my God.
Is it from what decade is it from?
Yeah.
What would you even afford?
I've always thought if you want to buy your kid a car, and you know they're not a troublemaker, but they're a kid that can be swayed towards trouble, as I was as a youth.
Okay.
If fun presented itself, I struggled to say no. You know, everyone buy your kid a big dumb grandma boat because it's not cool.
Right.
Big dumb grandma boats, what you pile 9 of your buddies in and fucking die in a rollover accident on a gravel road because someone's fucking leg rustling in the back seat. Pure pandemonium of that car. Get your kid a fucking 2-seater, like a little tiny car.
So they can never be the car that everyone piles into.
Yep. I used to think that S10 pickup's the answer, but then you'll get 8 buddies in the box.
Yep. You can't have a box.
Your kid's going to get a felony because someone's going to get ran over. Like, yeah. So I think a tiny little shitbox Cavalier or something like that.
A 94 Cavalier.
Yeah, or a 2011 Chevy Cruze.
Sure. Yeah. Tough to cause trouble in a Cruze.
Yeah. Another t-shirt. or maybe like a calendar, like Country Wisdom with Marlon Wells. Every day is another truism.
Just to cause trouble in a Cruze.
Moms love Dr. Mario.
Dads love root beer.
Is it the same picture of you, or is it a different? Do they cycle through pictures?
Oh man, probably. We can take 12 pictures. We're not.
Yep, stepping on a square bale, arm on the knee, looking forward.
Tough to cause trouble in a cruise.
Chewing on the end of a glasses arm and just staring off into the distance.
I like to think tough to cause trouble in a cruise is I'm pointing.
Yeah.
I'm pointing at the camera.
Yeah.
Like, listen, let me tell you something.
I got something for you right now.
It's the 2025 let me tell you something calendar.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be some merch for the road.
Fuck, calendars is pretty decent merch.
Trouble is, you got a window where no one wants a calendar, you know? Like, those things will age. Once it hits that date,
Yeah.
like, you have kindling at that point.
Yeah. But it's way easier to throw out 3 dozen calendars that you couldn't sell than it is to throw out 3 dozen shirts that you couldn't sell.
Yeah, that's true.
But you might sell those shirts in 6 months.
Yeah,
You ain't going to sell them calendars.
Tim and Eric of Tim and Eric's Awesome Show, great job. Their thing was for one of the characters from their show, they made a calendar from 1989 or whatever year from the 80s matched up with the current calendar.
Sure.
Because, you know, you fucking look into it far enough, you'll find a year that matches.
That is exactly the same. Yeah.
So, like, they'd have all the pictures would match that year. I always thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, man, calendar would be all right. I'm in merch seeking mode.
I like the idea of, like, it's the one a day, tear it off, office, little thick fat boy.
The brick.
Yeah,
Boy, one a day is.
Yeah, that's a lot of truisms.
I got to think of a lot of truisms.
Yeah. Just you in the park muttering phrases over and over again. Don't put mustard on a bologna. Wait, I like mustard on a bologna sandwich. Let's scratch it off.
Wait, I don't like a bologna sandwich.
God damn it.
Muttering all this to myself in a dog park.
Yeah. Do all of it in the lobby of a KFC. Every day you're there for 10 hours.
What I come out of there with is 30 of them that are KFC based. Yeah. Is what happens.
It just becomes a diatribe against Yum Brands. Yeah.
Well, gravy ain't worth a shit anymore, is it?
Have real butter. Now it's butter flavoring.
What's a chizza? I want to try one of those. I want to try one of them cheetas real fucking bad.
Report back. That'd make for good pod.
100% eat one of those.
You're not going to make the same mistake you made with. Or did you do a double down?
I've had a double down. Yeah. Way back when.
Yeah.
It's like, it's as advertised. Yeah. Tell you what else it is, though. Fucking hard to eat.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Like,
yeah.
You're just supposed to hold these chicken breasts in your bare hands.
Like molten cheese leaking out the ends.
Hot.
Yeah. What's the guts of it again?
Bacon and cheese and some kind of sauce.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what a fun thing to eat in a car.
Right.
You know?
Like, you can't eat this.
With the disrobe. The tap of a nightstick on your back windows. You're lying nude in the back seat eating a double down. You've noticed, officer, I've clearly set a wet nap atop my privates.
If you want to call this nudity, then you best take me into the station right now.
The only thing I'm guilty of is being delicious. Licking your fingers.
Also, good luck getting me out of this car, brother. I am covered in chicken grease.
You have to get a come along.
I ate 4 of these things.
Jesus, watching some fucking guy just cranking out a come along that a fat naked guy finally pops out of the back.
With some gusto, because he was stuck.
You win, officer. I was done anyway.
Oh, shit. I do want to try the chizza. I bet it's fine. I bet it tastes like chicken parm.
Yeah, that's exactly what it tastes like, I'm sure.
Fried chicken and pizza sauce.
Yeah. Fucking, I'm not saying no.
No.
you just tell me those two things. Like, well,
If you came to me and said, hey, I have some fried chicken that I have put some pizza sauce on. Would you like a piece?
Yeah. Yes. Sure. Thank you.
Why the fuck not?
Please go get one. I want to hear about this.
All right. I will report back next week on the chizza.
I want this to become your spicy hot Cheetos. You're eating two a day.
I can't get enough Cheetos. That's a specific one. KFCs can be a little hard to find.
Yeah.
Not going to find them on the road. Yeah. You can get Flamin' Hot Cheetos anywhere.
Yeah, that is true. It's weird seeing KFC in a smaller city. It's like, how'd you get here?
Yeah, what are you doing here, Colonel?
You lost. Look at you. I can't stay mad at you.
I can't stay mad at the
I'll
Colonel.
have 7 Cheetos.
Oh, shit. I went to a hockey game last night and had this big breaking news. I had the fucking best corn dog I've ever had in my life at a hockey game last night.
Look at this. We talking just hockey corn dogs or corn dogs ever? Lifetime corn dogs.
Lifetime. Number one all time. Got a new heavyweight champion of corn dogs.
Had to update your overall and your hockey corn dog list.
Yeah, exactly. Had to call my mom.
Yeah.
Like
big news.
Like the hot dog, so good, literally juicy when you
really?
bit into it. You had a mouthful of hot dog grease. Yeah. Fucking the corn on the corn dog was so thick and so like grainy the way real cornmeal is.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You think they're fresh frying them there?
Yeah, they are.
Dipping and frying?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're not sold in the concession stand. There's one corn dog guy with a little cart, like the nut roasting cart.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, I got fucking corn dogs, bro. Yeah. Like, fuck yeah, you do.
Thank you.
$4.50 a piece. Easily the best corn dog.
You getting a foot long?
No, not a foot long.
Okay.
It's big. A big corn dog, but not a foot long.
At a fair price.
Yeah, totally.
Like
especially for concession food.
How many fucking $4.50 nightmare microwave cheeseburgers you've eaten on the road?
Oh, boy.
Oh, man, I'm going to ruin this podcast. You're going to get sad. I don't want to.
Not like a real that guy.
I don't think about anything anymore.
I've eaten
how many damn daddies you've taken down?
I've eaten a lot of wet hamburgers. Fuck me.
Waterlogged burgers.
Correction, I've eaten a lot of wet buns wrapped around dry burgers.
Somehow defying science.
Like, how does this happen?
These cheeseburgers are spitting in God's eye.
Yeah, I've eaten trash. Oh boy, have I eaten trash. But sometimes everything goes properly.
Yep.
We stopped at a Cenex in Sisseton, South Dakota this past weekend, and I had what is easily the best gas station scotcheroo I've ever had.
Yeah,
if you take gas station off of that, I've eaten a top 10 scotcheroo of my life at a fucking Cenex in Sisseton.
That same gas station, the collection of delicious microwave sandwiches they had
from Dakota Tom's,
and I wasn't hungry, and I was like, God,
that's such a bummer.
That's growth. 19-year-old me just pushes through.
Like 38-year-old me would have just pushed through.
You know me, I'm kind of fucking like now my tummy hurts.
Oh, my tum-tum.
It's shocking how little I can eat in one sitting.
Yeah, for a big guy, you don't eat much.
But I will eat 8 meals. Every hour and a half, I'll eat dinner again.
Yeah.
I feel like I cracked the code. No, man, you're just getting fat. Like this, I sleep 6 times a day, 40 minutes at a time.
I've cut way down on my snacking. Yeah, because you just eat a whole meal when you want a snack.
What is that insane sleep schedule that some people try? Is it 4 or is it 6 40-minute naps, 3 hours apart?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
How?
I read about a guy that did that. There's like, it's got a name.
It's a thing. You didn't come up with this?
And
okay.
This dude talked about it. He's not like a practitioner. He's like, I just tried it. I was like out of college. I had no life. I had all these like goals, like business-wise. Like he was a programmer. And he's like, it was like some website you've heard of and everyone's heard of. He's like, I made that in fucking 6 months living that life. Like, I was like, I never was tired. I always had energy. But he's like, if you vary it by an hour, either way, you're fucked. Huh. He's like, I had to live my life this insane fucking like regimented. But he's like, once I got used to it, I was a machine. He's like, I look back at that time as like, wow, I was lonely. But he's like, I've never gotten more
productive.
Yeah. Like I don't get that much accomplished in 10 years what I did in 10 months. Like, But what a life.
And it's like 6 40-minute naps or something like that.
Yeah, which just does not sound.
That doesn't add up.
Yeah. But the whole thing is like you do that, you don't need the normal amount of sleep.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
But
so what would that be then? 4, 8, 12, geez, that's going to be some depressing me having to do math out loud.
no, by all means, keep counting on your fingers.
Like a horse you train to do math at the fair.
Clop, clop, clop.
So that would be 4 hours of sleep?
240 minutes. Yeah, 4 hours.
Yeah, but like, that guy, I remember him talking about it, and he was the one guy, I'm like, oh, maybe there's some credence to this, because these other guys are just clearly fucking nuts. Like, they have other things they probably want to tell you too about like who really runs the government.
And how far spaced apart? Because like
3 hours, I think that math works out.
You're really limiting what you can do in a day. Like you'll leave your house and run some errands, come home, take a nap, and then go back to running errands.
These are the kind of guys that aren't leaving the house. A lot of computer programmer types.
Sure,
yeah,
I guess.
Like if you had that kind of work, if you could make that work, fuck yeah, I could see. Because what else you gonna do in the 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. slot then
other than work?
Yeah, you know, like you're just full of energy. The whole rest of the planet's asleep, you know, like.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'll eat a pizza.
I just remember
How about that?
Yeah, like that's fascinating. That like it was like, but like who would want like you would have to have a goal. I want to complete this giant task.
Yes.
And I'm willing to forsake having a life.
Yeah.
You know, like, or touching a girl. Which computer programmers, I'm sure a lot of them.
Probably not a big sacrifice.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's any other gas station food. I feel like I had another food-related thing to talk about, which, boy, the amount of times I've blankly stared off in the corner thinking, what was I going to say about food?
And never healthy food.
No.
Never.
Man, you should have seen the carrots I was eating the other day. They were, the celery was so thick.
You would not believe the texture of this Cobb salad.
Oh, my God. Just so cobby.
Too many cobs.
What's in a Cobb salad? Definitely not corn cob.
Yeah. What's a Cobb salad? A chef salad's a real, like, small town. Let's cut up some cold cuts and throw it in a salad, which I like.
Sure, yeah. Maybe some hard-boiled egg in there.
Yeah, what's the difference between... What do you add to a house salad to make it a Cobb salad?
There is a word. There is definitely an ingredient that makes it a Cobb salad.
Some baby tomatoes.
That's in a garden salad or a side salad.
Yeah, you get the right one.
Or a chef salad. Yeah. Which,
Yeah.
fuck you. I don't want your tomatoes.
Oh, but that's for another day. The Cobb, someone write in, email us, listeners, dear listeners, tell us what makes a Cobb salad a Cobb salad.
Do I still know the password for the Gmail? Probably. Yeah, actually, probably.
You've been getting frantic emails that haven't been read in months.
Holy fuck, if I open it up and it's just answers to every question we've had, all of these half-remembered movies that we talk about.
1,700 unread emails.
God damn it, that was Michael Biehn, you idiots.
Yeah, one guy that's really mad at us. We shouldn't be aiming for fans. We should be aiming for enemies.
I think it's Simpsons fans.
Yeah, that's true.
Frankly. I was watching, this was a few weeks ago at this point. Do you know anything about why there are bats at the San Antonio Spurs arena?
I've been into this, though. I enjoy
There's bats in that arena.
Like, not accidentally, like they have made it a home?
Apparently. I mean, I think it's accidentally. I'm sure no one... I was watching a clip, and I don't think this is super recent. I think this is maybe a few months old, but I just saw this clip on fucking Instagram or something. There are fucking bats in the arena, like whistle, stop, play, and because we got to deal with these fucking bats in here.
What do you do?
Terrifying.
Yeah, who's like a guy just swinging a broom wildly? Like what?
They had the fucking the Spurs mascot, the Coyote, in a Batman costume over his mascot costume.
Terrific.
First of all, gotta be hard to find.
Yeah.
Out there with a net trying to catch fucking bats.
Incredible. Oh my God. You're just chilling in the cheap seats watching a basket and a bat lands on your face.
I never stop screaming.
Oh, you can see through the thin, veiny skin. Oh, no.
I'm already bummed that I have to watch the Spurs play basketball. Yeah. And now I have to scream to death.
I don't know if the Spurs, they got Wemby. Wemby's such a freak. It's like, look at this.
Yes. Yep. I can't wait until they just make him part of their extremely boring
regimented
system of basketball.
You can't argue with results.
He's terrifying.
Yeah, he shouldn't be.
Yeah, just watching him move is like a little gross. Like, Jesus, how long are your arms?
And he's getting really good.
Is he?
Yeah, like he's gonna be a problem real quick. Good, like. If you're good, you should try to win now.
What is he,
7'4"?
Yeah.
I think they are somewhere between 7'4" and 7'5". They're not for sure.
And his arms are so goddamn long.
7'11" or an 8-foot wingspan. Nuts. And he's like agile. It doesn't make, he's not a lumbering oaf.
He's not going to just stand under the rim.
Yeah. Like he is going to be something.
He is weird to watch move.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like a Cthulhu creature. He looks like he came out of a fucking Guillermo del Toro movie.
Yeah. Well, he looks like if he really needs to run fast, it goes better if he uses all fours.
Yes.
Like his knuckles on his hands, like propelling himself like some kind. Yeah, like a fucking otherworldly, other dimensional creature. Like
he's built the way those on all four stilt walkers at like a Slipknot show, you know?
He's a Cirque du Soleil character come to life.
Yes. Yeah. It's terrifying.
He's very good at basketball.
Which is good.
Pretty sure a teenager, so
yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah.
He
could get taller.
18 years old.
He might get taller.
Jesus Christ.
He's one of the creatures that built us and has come back because he's mad at us.
He's part of the progenitor race. He's one of the Prometheus people from the beginning of that movie.
Yeah. He's good pull on progenitor.
Thank you.
I try.
A shit ton of science fiction, in particular video games, for a while there were centered around a progenitor race.
Oh, interesting.
It was to the point where enough people were like, hey man, why is every game about this? Like, how come I just did this in Mass Effect 3 and now I'm doing it in Halo? Why is this? Why do I have to always, why is this the Ur story?
Good to see the video games suffer from the same thing every other media does.
Oh yeah, totally.
If something's a hit, let's just keep aping it, you know.
Yeah.
Like.
But yeah, they got fucking bats down there, apparently.
No. And if my memory serves, it's not like the Spurs playing some dilapidated dump. I think they're a fairly new arena.
They probably spent money. They won enough fucking championships all those years.
They don't play in the old Alamo Dome anymore. Like, they play in something that's modern, which, man, bats will show you that there was a mistake in the fucking architecture because they'll get into anything, you know? Like, oh, God, bats are sick.
Oh.
They're kind of cool, but they're sick.
No, they're not cool. They're just gross.
They hunt with echolocation. That's
pretty cool. Yeah, that's
they don't even see.
That's like what a spaceship does.
They're born with eyes that don't work. Why?
But they're also devils. Yeah. They're like demons.
Yeah. Oh man.
When you get down to it, they're a flying mouse.
Yeah.
Like,
with sharp teeth.
Yeah.
I'm sure a mouse has sharp teeth. They just don't fucking see them too often.
And it can't fly at you from across the room.
Long tail. Oh,
if I ever had a fucking like bat in my hair, I'd lose it. I'd fucking lose it.
We've talked about this before. My cousins moved into an old fucking farmhouse on some land they were renting. And my cousin, he lived in the upstairs bedroom, old farmhouse. And he heard some noise at night and then looked up the closet. You know, you got the bar where you hang your hangers. Yeah. He fucking looked. Well, first off, he's like, oh, I got fucking shit on my clothes. And he looked up, the whole ceiling's bats. Like, nope.
Jesus Christ.
Take those clothes out, wash them 10,000 times. Can't keep clothes on. So what he had to do, you put a bucket of water in the bottom of where bats are staying at.
Okay.
Because it fucks with their echolocation, the water will, and they'll swoop down. Like, they can't figure it out, so they'll swoop. And then they'll hit the water and they'll drown. So every morning before he'd go to school, dump a bucket of dead and dying bats out the window, go refill the bucket, and put it back under there.
Until you've driven the entire colony to suicide.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Holy fuck. You're working for UPS and you see that bucket of dead bats out of the upstairs window.
Fuck. I'm definitely not just dumping them out the window. I'm taking them further from the house than that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I don't think my uncle just let them lay. That'd be insane. There's a snowdrift of dead bats.
Like, how many bats could there be?
Dozens.
Oh,
yeah. Bats fucking shack up. Yeah. I've only seen it once in my life. Drug along somewhere with my dad. We were in some old outbuilding somewhere, and my dad pointed it out because I didn't notice. I look up there, and like you could see what it was a loft that wasn't complete, so you could see up into it from the bottom, way up in the rafters or some old fuck. It looked like carpeting. It just was old fucking because they hang. I think it's something to do with they keep their heat together.
Yeah,
so they're so like, oh my god, so sick.
I would lose my mind. I've never seen a bat. In person.
Really? They must be thicker where I'm from. You couldn't live the life you lived without seeing bats where I'm from.
Right. The amount of old fucking outbuildings and old everything. Yeah. Like, I'd have had to seen a bat.
Yeah. There's so many.
But I haven't.
Yeah. The bats were, oh, so fucking sick. Yeah. And then my fucking dad is like, we got to work on this. I'm like, there's 700 bats. What the fuck are they going to do? Which he's right.
I would leave. I wouldn't be working on whatever we're working on.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I'd wait in the pickup.
Yeah. I'll be in the pickup if you need me.
I 100% would. I would refuse to do that.
I was at an age where that wasn't an option. But
so would I. There were things, if I could really reach a point, like, listen, you're not going to put me up on that grain bin. I'm just not going to go up there because I would rather die than be up that high. You know?
Oh, really?
Like I could put my foot down on a thing if it was genuine.
Not a heights man. Has that ever came out before?
Fuck no.
Oh, interesting.
If I stand on a chair to change a light bulb, I get knock-kneed and
shit.
woozy.
Okay. Yeah. Shockingly, as fucking giant and fat as I am, you would think I wouldn't want to be on heights, but I don't enjoy being on a rickety ladder, but I've had fucking plenty of jobs, right, to climb up shit. And me, it's tight spaces, like claustrophobia.
Okay.
Like, I just had it happen recently. It was like, I think it was on college basketball where, like, not only did, like, someone made a shot to win a game and they all piled on him, but then all of, like, the college kid who I hand you the towels, they all jumped on. So that pile was, like, 7 feet deep. I was having a fucking meltdown. Like, get the fuck off those people. Like, that is my hell. The idea of people, like,
just being at the bottom of a dog pile.
Yep, is so terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, that's the worst thing.
Which I don't love that.
But either, like, it doesn't give you a visceral reaction.
What about what if it's not people? What if it's put you in a closet?
Oh no, that's not
or
big enough.
Or a cave or a casket.
Oh my God, the movie The Descent was the scariest movie I had ever seen before the monsters showed up. Just them crawling into, I just read like a fucking like little snippet on the like worst ways to die about a cave guy who thought he was going one way into there's a name for the cave where it narrows and then finally it starts to widen.
Okay.
But that's, goes like, hey man, there's a rough point.
There's a tight spot in here.
And not only is it tight, it starts going down.
Mm-hmm.
So your weight's going to be pushing down on you. So it's like, it's not fun, but you get through it. It comes through. He took a wrong fucking turn. It was just a 10-foot decline into nothing.
Oh.
And he hit that. And his buddies could hear him. They could talk. But it was a mountain, inside a mountain. So they just kept, hey man, we got people coming. And he's like, hey guys, like I'm in a real bad way here. I can't literally move anything. And he just died from hanging upside down for too long. As they brought people from the state in to try to carve through a mountain to get to him, and they couldn't. Dying with your arms pinned to your side. What if your fucking a bug crawls in your nostril, that is hell.
And you can't do anything about
the worst. they showed a graph picture or not, or just like a picture of you cut
illustration,
of what that hole
Cross-section.
looked like. It was the worst thing I could imagine. Like, oh my fucking God. Because my whole thing, if you fall off a height, you just fall and you die. It's over.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, you get all fucked up, be quadriplegic or something. But oh my God. A guy in my hometown fell out of a tree stand, broke his back real bad, couldn't walk, or couldn't move his arms either. Because he talked about the worst thing was when he came to, just lying there covered in mosquitoes, and you could just feel it, and you couldn't swat at him.
Holy fuck!
He's like, I remember him like telling someone like he's like, I thought I was gonna literally lose my mind. Like, fuck, that sucks.
Jesus.
Having a mosquito land on your eye, like your eyelid, and it's just biting your eyelid, and you can't do anything about it.
Praying for death.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, but yeah.
What's that? Johnny, Get Your Gun? That thing that Metallica based that song on?
Yeah, he's deaf, dumb, blind, and paralyzed or something like that.
just lies there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's what that's known for, the Metallica video.
That's all I know it from.
Because it was a novel and a movie, but yeah, what do I know it from? Yeah,
Metallica.
Yeah.
Yep. I want to get more into this tight spaces sphere of yours.
I was just thinking of a job I had in my mid-20s. I used to work at a college in the boiler room, and the biggest part of our job is for 2 weeks out of the summer when the school was shut down, we had to climb inside the literal boiler and scrub the insides, all the ash and shit off the insides. I mean, these are giant turn-of-the-century industrial boilers. So there's just a big cast iron door that swings open on hinges.
Wheel in the middle? Like a submarine door?
Did it? Or maybe like a bar that pulled shut. Yeah. And then it had a latch that locked, I think maybe. But I would love to have a picture of that hole. Well, that's a hell of a sentence. That's some audio you could capture. I'd love to have a picture of that hole to show you, and the fact that I used to climb in and out of that thing is wild. It is insanely small. But like, because then I was like, okay, I'd have to I'm going to get in and I got to pull my gut through, pull a love handle, and it scraped, brother. And then once you hit the tipping point, it was fucking, ass over tea kettle. You hit your kneecaps going through.
Jesus.
Because this was meant when men could eat. Some guys could put a leg in, dip their head, and get in. They didn't have to fucking free willy it like I did. I was suicide diving.
You're hung up in it like Pooh Bear.
Yeah. But it sucked to get in and out of so bad that when I got in, I was in.
You were in, yeah.
And I'd have him bring me my lunch. I'd drink a Gatorade. And one time a guy just accidentally, with his back, slammed that door shut. And I was like, hey, open that door if you don't mind. And he'd, oh, shit, sorry, man. I cracked this. I got something. Just what if it would have latched and he just gone? I would have been screaming to death within fucking 2 minutes. Because it was wild being in there. Because it's like a sensory deprivation chamber almost. Like the echo, if you sneezed, the echo would just keep fucking vibrating in there. It was kind of trippy.
Even somebody shuts the lights off in you when you're in the bathroom, in a stall. Even that I don't like.
It doesn't spook me. It's the inconvenience. It's okay.
God damn it.
Yeah, right.
I guess I got to guess on whether or not I'm done wiping.
What my worry is, it's just someone's going to come in and think I'm some kind of weirdo. Oh, fuck, someone's in here? Yeah.
Some guy's just sitting in the dark.
Yeah. Just waiting. What's he waiting for?
I'm just having a dark dump.
I felt bad.
I'm just dumping in the dark.
I was ashamed of what I was about to do.
I always am.
Why does it smell like this?
I for sure used to freak out in my youth. Anything around my head, I would get that kind of claustrophobic tight spaces thing. A couple of bullies on the school bus learned really quick that if you want to see Marlin scream till he passes out, just pull his hoodie over his head as tight as it can go and tie that fucking thing in a knot. Tie that drawstring in a knot that he can't get out of. You're going to watch a boy lose his fucking mind. I don't know. Anything up around my head gave me that same vibe, that claustrophobia vibe.
Oh, yeah. It wouldn't make me flip out, but I don't enjoy it. I don't like that feeling. I don't know if I ever wore hoodies as a child. Isn't that weird? I think about it. I'm sure maybe I had a windbreaker with a hood, but I don't remember. owning a hoodie. Fuck, that seems bizarre.
I feel like most of my sweatshirts were hoodless.
Yeah.
Which, boy, you want to see a chubby child look unflattering.
Yep. Oh my
Put
God.
him in a pullover sweatshirt.
Yep. I remember getting a bum equipment sweatshirt. Like, yeah, look at this. I actually have a piece of clothing that's not generic. And just looking in the mirror, boy, this is all tits.
Oops, all tits.
So many titties.
Like, no front pocket, no hood, no zipper down the front, nothing to break it up, just a blob.
Yeah. Just solid right down to denim.
Yeah.
Like, oh, boy. Yeah.
I still, to this day, will not wear a pullover hoodie.
No, God,
or a pullover sweatshirt.
Or like a pullover windbreaker. Those were got to be kind of popular in the starter era of clothing. I was like,
that fucking waistband riding up, pulling up.
That just has me taking it off and my shirt coming with it.
Yep,
you know,
totally.
Like, don't need to do that.
Gonna lose my shirt when I take this windbreaker
No
off.
way to do that casually.
Yep.
Like,
no good way.
Yeah. God, jackets were so short when I was a kid, too. There was no long jacket. Everything had that elastic at the waist.
I hate it.
And then it goes above, so the fucking
Yeah.
muffin top turns into a sheet cake. It's like, well, here we go. Great.
There's no good look.
Yeah. Keep pulling it down.
See, also, why are we putting that same waistband around the bottom of a polo sleeve? That's a fucking bad idea.
Yeah.
Why is this?
So it can ride up above your arm fat.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it can come way the fuck up here so my bat wing fat on the back of my arm is all sticking out.
Boy, that is, or just way too short of short sleeves in general.
Yeah.
Like, why is this polo shirt like a tank top right now? Like, oh my God, yeah. Polo shirts, I think, are almost the same level as a pullover sweatshirt for
completely unflattering. Yeah.
I had a job that part of it was like, hey, we have a catalog and you can pick out clothing. And the icon for the company wasn't very garish, so the clothes looked nice.
Sure, yeah.
But it was all fucking polo shirts. So I still own multiple Columbia brand really nice polo shirts I'll never wear outside.
Yeah. Why keep them then?
Yeah, right? They're like, they are a like, when I had the trivia job, if I don't have a clean dress shirt, I want something with a collar.
Sure.
It works online or works on the computer.
They can't see your disgusting arms.
They can't see.
They can't see that it doesn't even come down to your navel.
Yeah, right. They can't see that it's a half polo tied knot in the back.
Oh man, just a fucking solid color polo. It's such a terrible look on an obese man.
Oh my God,
Jesus Christ.
They're never long enough.
You look like Kirby ate Richard Jewell. Gross.
Yeah. There's no way to win. Oh my God, yeah.
I like to wear a tank top under my shirt.
Yeah.
Because I wear a lot of sleeveless shirts and I don't need that much side boob out in the world. So I like wearing a tank top under my shirts. But I need a source of longer tank tops to tuck in. Because you wear like an undershirt, fucking tuck it in. But the amount of tank tops I have that are coming up on me are starting to betray me. I need long tank tops.
And that's something that Duluth Trading Company would have?
Not for me.
Really?
Duluth Trading Company. The Duluth, I can buy underwear at Duluth because underwear are made to be stretchy.
Yep. Okay. Say no more.
That's what I can buy at Duluth Trading Company.
I know that. I know what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah. Socks. I can probably buy
and
socks.
Underwear.
And dog toys. You know, that's what I can buy at Duluth Trading Company.
Don't look at the pants. They're not for you.
No, don't look at the shirts. Don't look at anything.
Yeah.
Underwear, socks, and dog toys.
Otherwise, get fucked.
Don't even have a dog.
Yeah. You're just playing with the dog who's staring longingly at the pants.
Squeak, squeak.
I sure like those sweatpants.
That's a fun jacket. Squeak, squeak.
Maybe I could try it on.
No, you can't.
Can't get one arm in.
Squeak, squeak.
Seems unfair. What did I see that, was it a 4X in Japan is equal to an American large?
Oh.
What a kick to the dick. That if you're like a normal size American, like you're like an extra large. A lot of guys wear extra large.
Yeah.
You must have 6X.
Holy
gotta
moly.
haul you to another part of town.
Jesus Christ.
That is amazing if true.
Used to be obesity was a sign of wealth and virility.
Yeah. No longer.
Not anymore. Now it's a sign of sadness.
Yeah, fat guys used to have clubs. They
Yeah,
hang out together,
yeah.
just you and the bros.
There's a story in that book about the Great Depression, the worst hard time, the Dust Bowl, not the Great Depression. Well, hand in hand, whatever. But there's a guy in there who had to have his great big guy had to have his coveralls custom made in St. Louis. Like a 6X or something like that. That's big for back then.
Oh my God. They wrote songs about that.
Yep. And one day there was a note in the pocket of his custom coveralls, and it was from a gal who worked at the factory. No, like, I got to meet whoever's getting these coveralls made. They've fucking brought her out on a train. He married that woman. Like, she was so like, I gotta have whoever this is.
Really?
And she was a normal shaped, attractive woman. Used to be they'd fucking slip a note in your coveralls.
Well, it was a sign you weren't poor.
Yeah, not a lot of poor fat people.
You couldn't be poor back then, like, because poor people didn't eat a whole bunch. You know? Now poor people eat garbage all day.
They eat the worst foods imaginable.
They drink 2 liters of Pepsis like they're single servings.
Now poor people can't afford vegetables. So
1 plum equals 7 2 liters of Pepsi in price.
Yeah.
You could have half a plum or 3 2 liters of Pepsi. What will a 12-year-old choose?
What will a 38-year-old choose? I do like a plum, though.
I don't got time for that Pepsi. Cool. Just cracking a 2-liter while you're grocery shopping is a level of depravity. Holy fuck.
Cracking a room temp 2-liter.
Watching the guy in front of you scan a 3/4 full, and you notice there's an empty. And he's like, he does the right thing and scans it because he drank it in the grocery store.
Oh boy,
that has happened.
I feel like I was raised with the idea that, like, getting a pop and drinking it while you shop is like federal prison levels of illegal.
You shouldn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if has society changed to
I
where
bet it
that's
has.
okay.
I feel like this might be something we're both grumpy old men in agreement on.
Okay.
What the fucking wait? I mean, I'll bring my own bottle of water in, like my personal thing. I've done that before.
You'll bring that anywhere. You'll bring that places I would not.
Yep. Mostly it's because I'm on the road. I need to get that fucking thing filled somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I also, like, I'm shy and Midwestern, apparently worse than you are. I would have trouble asking someone to fill that for me.
Oh, really?
I'd fill that in the bathroom.
But sometimes you can't. I'll usually do that, but sometimes the sink is at an awkward angle.
Oh, yeah. I would just accept that I'm going to get an inch of water in the bottom of that, and that'll be it.
Yeah, it's like, I'm at a point now, like, nope, let's fill this mess. But it doesn't bug me a bit in a bar because they're just fucking. I know where the gun is. They're just sitting there. They can do that. It is weird, like sometimes with a waitress, but it's like, you know what? They filled this water. They it's not like they're not allowed to touch the gun.
Sure.
Like,
also, a lot of these bars, you're doing comedy there, so you are kind of working there that night.
True. Yeah.
But do you just bring that into a bar if you're out at a bar not doing comedy?
I mean, I usually, the bar I'm thinking of, I kind of have, I've been there enough. I know the staff a little bit, but not, there's equal chance there's a new person working, and I'll do that at like one of the bars downtown where I play blackjack at. Fuck, I'll bring that in and fill it up. The only time I'd have any hesitance is if they were slammed.
Sure.
Then I wouldn't, but fuck, I don't give a fuck anyway. Because I think of myself, if it was me working, I don't give a shit. Like, sure, hand it here, you know. I'm so lovable.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm such a delight.
You're more approachable than I am, for sure.
I'm trying. There have been times though where it's like, I don't want it. And there have been times I've even not done it because it felt weird. But
you take it into a gas station where you're getting water, the pop machine, I suppose.
But some of the fucking fancy goddamn Coke Mega Blast goddamn fucking things don't have water.
Really?
You can get a goddamn
of course, they want you to buy a bottle.
Ketchup-flavored fucking vanilla Coke, but they don't got a slot that just says water.
Yeah, because they want you to buy a bottle.
Drives me up the goddamn wall. Like
if I were ever to pursue politics and I get high enough, like every gas station needs to have the fill your bottle water fountain that a gym or an airport has.
I've noticed a lot of truck stops have that now.
Which is shocking to me because I would assume that Coke and Pepsi would never let that happen because they want you to buy water in the bottle.
Yeah, I've noticed it. It's usually by the bathrooms. They don't put it out where you'd think, or like amongst the other beverages. It's over by the bathrooms.
Also, to be fair, that's probably where a lot of the water lines have been roughed in.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
whatnot.
Yeah.
So, like, it might not be as nefarious.
But I mean, they ran water to the Coke and fucking Pepsi fountain soda machines.
True.
You know,
yeah.
But I've noticed that now. I think a couple different chains often will have them over by the bathrooms. Yeah. It's when they replace the water fountain, they put in a new water fountain with the bottle filler on top.
Right, yeah. But that needs to be fucking everywhere.
Building code. Yeah. Like if you want to build something new, you got to put that in.
Like weasel that into the fucking ADA, like the Americans with Disabilities Act. Like, nope, gotta have water everywhere.
Thirsty Americans Act.
Yeah, they're so thirsty.
Everyone's pre-diabetic.
We're all dying.
Just give us tap water.
I just want tap water.
Yeah, I'm not asking for anything special.
I genuinely try to be conscious of my single-use plastic consumption.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not use as many fucking bottles.
And one thing I'm pretty damn good about, I've always got a fucking toting around a fucking jug.
Sure, you always got a fucking water jug around.
I care about our Earth Mother.
I am also too bashful to ask a stranger to fill my water bottle. So what I do is I do the worst of both worlds, and I go in, I buy bottled water that I dump into my water container and throw the bottle away.
I am waiting for the inevitable time where someone calls me out at a gas station. Because, you know, some fountain pop machines do still let you fill water.
Sure.
Haven't had it happen once, and I don't hide it. I put it right up there because, first off, they're cumbersome, so I'm going to set it on the counter when I'm buying my other shit. But it's going to happen. Even if it's just like, hey, what's in that? I'm like, I got water. Okay. You know.
Okay.
But I'm waiting.
No one's even asked you if that's pop?
Nope, not yet.
Start putting pop in it.
Oh. Brother, do you want to just have your own podcast? Because that's how that happens. If I start drinking, that fucking thing's 40 ounces. If I'm drinking 40 ounces of Fanta, I don't live to see the fall.
Oh, but Fanta's so good.
Oh, that sounds so sick. Well, they hold the coolness. It wouldn't get hot, I guess.
40 ounces of pineapple Fanta. Oh, shit.
Do you have tangerine Fanta?
Boy, that might even be too much for me. Fanta's sweet. Oh, my teeth.
Oh, the inside of that thing starts to fucking smell like.
Getting sticky in there.
It was the perfect crime. That just shows how out to lunch most gas station attendants are.
Yep.
When they see a man of my shape walk up and don't even think if it's fountain pop.
Right.
They were right to assume it was. Like,
they're right to assume you've just stuffed it full of roller dogs and cheese knobs.
Them pulling each dog out like a crime scene. 21 and a half cheddar dogs. Anything you want to say about this? Awfully hungry.
I bet you are. That's fucking $78 worth of roller dogs.
I'm sorry.
No, you put all those back in your fucking thermos.
And I layer it with like mustard, then ketchup, then relish. Like I have a system.
You have a hot dog lasagna inside your water bottle?
I shake it up.
Oh.
The sound that would make. Dog slide.
But wet because of all the condiments. That's gross.
Stirring it with the straw. It's real thick. I bet it is. Cheddar dog slurry.
I need to start dragging my water. I got two fucking big ass fucking Yeti water bottles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think those are I think they're fucking 64s.
Jesus, really?
They're monsters.
No,
they're 32s, but I have 2 of them. That's what it is.
Yeah. 32 is the goal. I had to really work to get a 40 ounce.
Yeah.
The 32 is the industry standard, I think.
Trouble is they don't fit in any cup holder. You know, they're
Except this bad boy. You look around, life changing.
Oh, sure. Like but I don't have one of those.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want that one. I don't like a side. Does that have a side handle?
No,
or a
no
top
handle. With my childlike hands too, you can fucking fumble this one
Right.
too. Like, it's a beefy boy.
I also don't like a straw. I don't want a straw.
Oh, interesting.
Especially that type of straw, like a water jug straw.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Not a fan.
You just want to slurp it down?
I just want to pull out of it. Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
Like my Yetis, I just have
The cap.
Yeah, I just have the cap.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
I just want to take a pull.
Because I'm such a fucking klutz, I got to have one of these.
I will often not use a straw at a restaurant.
Oh,
And
interesting.
it's got nothing to do with sea turtles. I just want to you can just drink it. You just put it to your fucking mouth.
But then your teeth are sensitive. The cold.
You need to go to the dentist,
Brother,
baby.
if I did that every time my teeth hurt, I wouldn't have any teeth ever. I had full dentures at the age of 11.
The ice doesn't bother me.
Yeah. You got progenitor man teeth. The rest of us are just watching our teeth fall out of our head.
I somehow ended up with pretty Gucci teeth. For as badly as I've treated them, they've served me pretty right.
Is it still no fillings?
No fillings.
That's fucking insane.
Never had a cavity.
Yeah, they should save your teeth. And
I'm getting a little bit of gum recession in the front bottom, but that's it.
Front bottom.
Front bottom.
That's my second most problematic front bottom. The doc said not to worry. We got bigger fish to fry.
You slip me a 10, I'll let you look at my front bottom.
Are those cheeks? Look closer and find out.
Careful, it'll make your hair frizz. It's pretty damp.
Yeah, we should turn around and get you downwind. Well, on that note.
Oh, that's what you're calling it? Okay, fair enough. Had a nice shorty short last week, a little longer one this week.
Oh, beefy boy.
It all comes out in the wash.
Yeah.
We'll tell some jokes this weekend, and yeah, that's yet another episode of America's Barley Basket in the can.
The pods keep coming and they don't stop coming.
We did it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.